Those leg muscles.
Good
thing
Later early, I'm here.
both his tippy toes for that one.
That's Lebova's flex, man.
Yeah.
That's the hook set, bro. Well, I guess we're not watching hockey anymore.
No, nothing to do right now.
I still watch hockey.
I'm done with hockey, bro. This is when I watch NBA now.
I bought a Jet sweatshirt that I only wore one time. I don't know what I'm going to do with it now.
Burn it.
Oh my God.
It's a white one. I'll just keep it for next year. I'll put a plastic bag over it and save it.
At least they made a game of it.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I mean,
Yeah, it was a good game.
You could have been the Leafs and just, sat on the bench and stuck your stick up your ass.
better than 6-1.
Gotta get angry like Mitch Marner there, eh?
You know where they were done when the coach is yelling at them. They're yelling at each other. You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. And they made it go to game 7 too, and they're at home.
At home, bro.
Didn't make a game of it, at least.
Made the fans angry.
They lost Stolars too. I mean, they had a good goalie.
Yeah. No
You
excuse.
gotta put the puck in the net.
Just like
I
Appleton.
thought for sure there'd be a
Hold it
game
here.
7 yesterday, man.
Everybody was on Appleton because he didn't score.
What a loser.
They should have left Appleton in Dallas.
Why didn't you guys put on a pair of skates and go try it?
Fuck. Any of those other guys would have put that in the net, man. Appleton's got stone hands all season long.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's not why they lost, but yeah. It doesn't
Tough
help.
game.
That's the only reason they lost.
Would have helped.
Sure would have. This wasn't meant to be.
No, wasn't it?
Kind of like me winning a fishing tournament, just not meant to be.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Oh.
No.
Oh, they gave it their best, man. At least they showed up.
Evening, everybody. We're going to get started in a few seconds here. And Santos.
Who's that?
It's the Cast It
Platt.
Mike Platt, yeah.
Episode 3, Open Water, Season 8. It's your host, Eric LaBolpa. Short Fuse Mike Natoli, the Dragon Boy.
Evening.
Jeremy Santos, and the intern, Leon Belandic, going 4-banger this evening. Big shout out to our Season 8 Open Water sponsors up to this point. We got Kalen's Fishing, Gone Fishing, Tech Video Security. Big shout out to you guys for helping out here. Thanks for joining us. Again, just a reminder, it's only on YouTube now live. If you're interactive on YouTube, on Facebook, it'll be a replay kind of thing. You can watch it on tape delay.
You said tech video. I just want to send condolences out to the whole family there because Daryl's dad passed away last night. So,
Oh, geez.
Our condolences to
Daryl.
Daryl and everybody. Oh, man.
I'm starting to feel like the Green Reaper, for Christ's sakes. I'm doing this every week.
Bringer of good news.
Yeah.
There are birthdays too. Still, people still with us. There's birthdays. Jomar, happy birthday, Jomar Fish, bro.
Yeah.
Part-time host on here, or panelist anyway. Wayne
Josh
G.
Hazel.
Wayne G.
Yeah. Hazel.
Happy birthday, everybody, man. Still enjoying them. But yeah, we're gonna talk about today. Would you slap your friend? Would you slap your friend? We'll talk about that. The Sabine River recap, lightning on the water. We'll take a little mini deep dive into the Tony Christian scandal, bring back some old stuff. I mentioned we were going to talk about that last week, and more, all kinds of things today, whatever these guys want to talk about. But forest fires, we had to postpone. Oh my God, the forest fires. Hopefully everyone's okay. You guys know anyone who's out there who had to evacuate and stuff?
Yeah, we have lots of friends in Cape Coppermine that live there that got evacuated. Actually, I just had a customer come in today to pick up some parts, and he's still out, and he's in the Bird River.
Yeah, there's it's in between. If you look at the fire map, you got that whole peninsula of Wendigo, Cape Coppermine, Granite Hills on fire. Like the majority of it's on fire. It didn't reach Cape Coppermine, like right at the tip.
Yeah,
and you can still skirt along both edges there, like Latonia and all along Cape Coppermine Road there. Woodchuck and stuff like that.
Wendigo is the one that got hit hard and
gone.
Right?
Yeah, I heard an interview today with a guy on CJOB. He says he lives on that Wendigo Road there, and he says he went golfing the day before, on the Monday, and then they're sitting in the clubhouse or whatever saying, "Oh, wonder when was the last time we had a forest fire?" And the guy said over 40 years.
Oh shit!
And then he says, sure enough, like he says,
foreshadowing, man.
yeah, no, exactly. He says the next day he's having coffee with the boys and he sees this fire and he phones his wife. He says, "We better leave." And he says he misjudged it. Like he says he's lucky he got out, kind of thing. So it's it's scary for everybody, right?
When the announcer starts jinxing the shutout and stuff like that, man. All of a sudden you bring that into the universe, and all of a sudden that Wendigo one snuck up on everybody for sure.
Well,
yeah.
Like the thing is like we used to hunt inside that area because it's all crown land, and you're in that bush and it's thick with just deadfall. So it doesn't take very much to get it to go.
Yeah.
No, with that wind and all the dry stuff we've had, right? Like,
yeah,
is bound to happen, man. Yeah.
Like I saw this, like I told you I put all the anglers last Monday. We were talking about fires on here, and it was sort of on the periphery at the moment. Bird River, we knew. We got some buddies that actually their place is still in doubt, actually out that way. And then stuff at Leebow, of course, Netley Marsh. And then the next morning, that Wendigo one started. Like, look at this video. Like, you guys have seen this, I'm sure, already. Like, that was worse than I thought it was.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, man, that's nuts. Like a ridiculous fire there. And
I saw Troy Barkman there. He posted a photo there. They've, I guess they have the pumps at the base of the house and the sprinklers on the roof, right?
Yeah.
Shooting at the edge of the house property, right?
It's sad. I mean, unfortunately, a couple people lost their lives, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't get out.
Nope.
Yeah, look at that one. The sign that you were entering, like the Nopamine Park, that was burning before everything, and that sign's gone. Now, White Shell's closed at the moment. The NBA tournament at Falcon Lake, the season opener for them. So at the moment, it's not going. They're planning like it's still going to happen. It could still happen, but at the moment, the park's closed. You couldn't go there this past weekend and go practice if you wanted to or whatever. So it might hold back the tradition where you can't practice for that one again. It might open on Saturday, kind of thing, and no one got to hit the water before that.
Well, heading out that way on Friday, everything was closed. Like they had either park police or RCMP and all the roads going north and south, right, or exiting off there. It's something to see.
Yeah.
Did you go to Kenora? I
went to Kenora, yeah, and it was like you could smell the smoke in the air, but it wasn't like closing the highway off or anything. But right near Prada there, they had RCMP. I guess the guy looked like he had a couple trailers of horses he was moving out, so they're just making sure he was okay. But it's lots. You forget that there's just random people living in the bush too, right? That's the other thing, right?
Oh, there's lots of properties all along.
Nobody even thinks of sometimes, right? So
there's a lot of properties that are tucked away.
People knocking on doors to get people to evacuate and stuff like that. These people didn't get the knock, from what we heard, kind of thing. So our condolences to the family. Sue and Richard Knoll they were the couple on Wendigo that passed away. Word is they got trapped. Apparently.
Yeah, like I've seen him around before.
And
I think she owned the store or worked at one of the stores in town. Because I remember Val said she used to go into the store that she owned or worked at all the time.
Pretty sure Sharon Carmelo. They were saying that I think she went to school with that guy that passed away there. So
for the longest time we didn't know. They weren't releasing the names of everyone. So for the longest time we didn't know who it was, kind of thing. And then when they found out here, and this is like Patrol Captain Knoll is part of the service too, and it's his parents who practice. Oh man, so it sucks. It really drives it home, man. We were doing a tournament out there, and especially once word that came through, man, that was it. That was the final straw. They're like, we have to postpone it for sure. Like out there having a recreational tournament there, and they're like, we got planes picking up water, and people are fighting for their property and lives, literally, and. So and no one had an issue with it, man. Everyone was like to a T.
It's a good call, brother.
Yeah. I was in the Free Press. If you saw the Free Press on the weekend there, they wrote all about it, canceling the tournament and stuff like that. And just wanted to shout out all the guys there. Those all guys who went to the tournament or whatever, and we're determined to have it sometime. We got plaques made up, 2025 plaques. We're gonna have to do. It'll be June 19. June 19th. See, that was a Sons of Sea officer. My nephew worked with a couple. Yeah, shit. There you go. And they hutch and
So
Well, either that or you
June
have
19th.
a fall session, eh?
no, not fall. There's no time, brother. But
Yeah,
June
no time.
19th
I
is
know
the
you're
only
busy.
time.
You're
That's a
busy, man.
Thursday. That is
Yeah.
a Thursday. That's the only day you could actually squeeze in. So that'll be an evening jackpot.
Yeah.
Cold open. June 19th.
When's that one?
Anyone can make it.
You say
Thursday,
June
June
19th?
19th.
I might actually be able to make it.
Yeah, man. Evening jackpot, $100 a team. Go catch them. A lot of guys will be practicing for the NBA on June 21st.
Yeah.
So this is a way to go find big fish. These are for big fish. They can only keep smaller fish for that. But you can do the tournament though. It's a nice weekday jackpot, and then
Yeah.
we'll have beers at Drifters after kind of thing. So anyone who's down, that'll be the one. I'll put a post up soon. That's when it's gonna be kind of thing. So hi Wilma. Yeah. Sucks, man, but that was a no-brainer to postpone it there. That was nothing.
Yeah.
Big shout out to everyone who's helping, fighting on the front lines, and they're still fighting. You would think cold weather and rain would have stopped it. It hasn't stopped it. It's helped a little bit actually, but everything's still locked down. Man, there's Harvest Outdoors free storage. If you evacuate from anywhere and need somewhere to park RVs and whatever, come on down. They'll make room. So shout out to everyone over there at Sean and everybody at Harvest Outdoors. Good, and you guys for helping out there, and everybody. There's all kinds of. If you read that story in the Free Press, there are all kinds of places are opening up their places of business and donating and places for people to stay. And even one is like doing something for aesthetics or whatever, free haircuts and stuff like that for people. Because these aren't just people's summer homes. These are people living year round in these places.
There's a lot of people that live there year round. Probably 50% of the people that are out there are living year round.
Yeah.
And the one thing we know about Manitobans is they like to step up and help people, right? Because we all know somebody or somebody close that's something like this has happened to them, eh? So good on everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's, fires. What was I saying there? I was thinking about something.
Not sure.
Well, whatever.
Well, even out, like speaking of fires, even out Kenora way, like Kelsey's parents, all the way up to Sioux Narrows, they're fire ban all the way up to there. Like they can't even
there's
can't even have a campfire, eh?
Well.
Yeah, like it's right across. It's there's no use. Well, even me, I don't even want to light a fire in the backyard, right?
And it's crazy. Southwestern Manitoba's getting flooded.
Yeah.
They're getting flooded right now.
Yeah.
Because the Pie area has forest fires too and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, every year we have forest fires, but this is like hitting close to the home for a lot of
man.
places.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was saying out there. There was even RCMP were patrolling the waters because some looting going on, or possible looting, or word of it kind of thing. So
Okay.
Yeah, right.
so-
Freaking
yeah,
people
RCMP
just
There's a
oh
special
my
place
God,
for
man.
those people. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's right at the bottom of the MacArthur Falls.
patrol the water there. Yeah. So I mean, that's what I think Jeff
There's
Dawkins
a
was
couple of
telling me
good
that,
spots
like,
where I know that are 100 plus feet. So
man, on the other day, saw some shore fires by Lockport. Just saying, I don't know if it's been lifted. The city of Winnipeg was under fire ban for the longest time. All of southern Manitoba almost. So I know that's tradition to have your fires on the shoreline. there.
I know,
I know there are fire
Might
ban
be
signs heading into Selkirk, and then heading into St. Andrews. They're red fire ban.
They're all right.
signs.
I think we're
Yeah.
still
Fire
out
ban.
under fire ban, to be
Wait,
honest.
so
with you.
there's fire bans all throughout southern Manitoba.
So those
except
people that are
west
having
side.
fires in Lockport, man, like
Don't make fires just yet.
no,
Not at the
man.
moment,
What
man.
are
Not
they
at the
doing,
moment.
man.
Forest
Just grab
fires
a
away.
freaking brain.
On the
Yeah,
scientific
everything's
side
crazy.
of forest fires, Kelsey's cousin is works for the province of Ontario, and she's that's what her study is. She studies forest fires and how to fight them, how to battle them from the ground and from the air. And they pretty much created a position for her because that's what she studied in school, and it's interesting stuff. Like if you do some research on it on how to do these things, but
I'd like to know if there's any effect on the body of water with all the ash and
oh yeah,
all that going in there.
well,
No.
yeah. Well, remember what was it? The fish were biting later or like around lunchtime because they thought it was sundown before.
It does affect sort of the water.
Yeah,
flow.
like they thought it was
Lake penetration anyway. Lake
Yeah.
penetration. Ian Young over at Paloma, they're evacuated right now or closed
Cool.
down at the moment. And he told me
Yeah.
that it was like snowing in his yard, but it was from
to
the
the
ash.
ash.
Wow.
Yeah.
He didn't know if it was ash or not because it was cold. But
Yeah.
it's probably both snow and
Well,
ash coming down.
They
Yeah.
were getting snow out that way.
Yeah,
on the
so it
weekend.
was all over the place kind of thing. So speaking of that, like fighting the fires, I saw a cool video today. Balgoni Fire Department put out. They were fighting grass fires with a blower, leaf blower.
Okay.
And you wouldn't think that would do it. I mean, you're adding oxygen, you're turning your triangle of fire, right?
Yeah.
But for grass fires specifically, especially when you blow it back into the fire, if you have the wind direction coming the right way, you could use a blower, and that's way more effective than having water, actually. Which I never would have thought, man. That's something I knew I learned today, man, for sure. Crazy, bros. Now we'll have to charge for fires. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, geez. Yeah.
Gotta pay for everything, man.
You guys never fought forest fires before?
No.
Like as a youngster, I joined the fire thing. When I worked up north in Northern Ontario, cooking up in Pickle Lake, a lot of our customers were either hydro or forest firefighters. That was the last stop off at Pickle Lake before you go off into north and really fight the fires, kind of thing. So
I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
I can't handle the heat, period.
Oh yeah,
Not now.
Somebody
now,
picking me
no.
up, gonna be passed out on the ground or something.
Mike's gonna have to start fishing with an oxygen tank on.
Oh, slow down there, Leo.
No, I know.
war guy. Like,
Coming from Leon, the guy who passed out on his kayak, man.
Yeah, man. Twice.
I'll just come by you and poke your kayak with a needle. That's it.
this is on June 1st, though, and no sign of canceling this at the moment. Wargaddy Lake. Let's see how many walleye we can pull out of there or whatever. They're wondering if there's still big ones in there. There's definitely walleye in there still. It's whether there's big ones. There's been a handful of master anglers registered. Not everyone registers. Not everyone fishes this lake period. This is a bit of a spot.
First time ever
kind
heard
of
of
Where'd
that.
you get that picture from?
Who's that? That's a
The one on
Pelican
the
Lake
kayak.
fish.
Hey,
Oh, that's Dylan Thiessen from 2 years ago in Royal Lake still.
and he's holding it upside down.
I just didn't have time. It's a bait caster, bro. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a spinning rod.
It's a spinning, man.
No, it's bent. It's bent, brother.
Yeah, DT's a little funny. We know that.
It's bent
The
the other
handle
way,
looks like
brother.
it's just up above the rod. The
Yeah,
handle's above the rod.
You're pulling backwards, bro. It's just physics, brother. Oh my god. Who knows?
Yeah, you know what? This week,
I'll have to ask
this-
Dylan about it.
this weekend, I finally got a little
You're not
excited
sure,
about.
eh?
Was that Leo?
I was gonna say this weekend, I finally got a little excited about the kayaking, and I pulled it out and gave it a clean, and
Oh yeah, man.
set up a few things on it, and
We've got
it's-
20 people competing so far.
yeah, that's and I saw the numbers the other day, and that's pretty good.
I'll be how many people?
20 so far for War Ready.
20, eh? That's good.
It'll be one of those phone calls. Eric, I'm sleeping with you guys.
Let's go, bro. Got an Airbnb in Oakburn and everything. Get your registrations in. We got teams from Regina and all kinds of places in Saskatchewan and Brandon and Winnipeg, you name it, man. So it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see how that all shakes out, man. Get your stuff in. This is sponsored by Mustang Survival. We have a bunch of chimeras that we're giving out. You might have seen that blue life jacket that Aaron's wearing in these frostbite teasers that have been coming out. Old stuff from the Outpost. That's what he was wearing there when he was wearing the tie underneath it and stuff.
Leon needs one of those, so he's going to be placing high in this tournament.
You
That's
got to place high then, brother. If you
Yeah.
want one. Then.
Calling his shot, eh?
Leon, the only way you're gonna place high there is if you're smoking a joint or you're standing on a ladder.
Oh,
Holy.
smoking a
Ouch.
joint helps. I'm telling you. That's a future episode. But the effect of chartreuse on the fishing, I'm telling you, bro, man, it's possible.
Remember, you started this.
yeah, I know. I didn't mean an oxygen tank because you're old. I mean just because, like, if you were a firefighter apparatus, you'd
You're
have to
so
have
full
one.
of shit.
Real life Mike is
No.
coming down.
He's
Big shout out.
backtracking, man. Backtracking faster than the kayaks, bro.
That tournament is brought to you by Mustang Survival. The tour brought to you by Stillwater Adventures in Verdun. See them for all your kayak angling needs. They've got everything, man. They got a whole
You know,
collection of Yak Attack, and, different brands and stuff.
I was
What's Mike?
talking to Corey on the weekend there, and they got a lot of stuff. They got trolling motors for the kayaks because everybody's looking for trolling motors. They got lots of trolling motors, and just the Yak Attack
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
and all the accessories. Like they're probably the only place in Manitoba that has everything for kayaks.
I'd say so.
They do.
Like,
They are the
they're
premier
forced
one
loaded.
here so far.
Yeah, like everything from the T-nuts to kayaks, paddles, whatever, they have it. So
Yeah.
Rod holders. They got like 4 or 5 different brands. So
yeah,
yeah, man, and they'll deliver and ship as needed, kind of thing. So go see them.
catchboards.
They've got the Featherlight.
catchboards.
They got the Featherlight Kalen's net too. The Featherlight
Okay.
Kalen's with the 6 Kalens around, and that thing is light, man. So they've got those in stock as well. I just called them because someone in Ontario. There's only 3 of them that sell them in Canada. That brought them up. The other 2 are sold out, so then they still had some. So I had to call Corey about that. But Yeah, man. Go see them.
So that
Verdun.
Santos, you should buy one of them nets. It might sink slower, so you can catch it on the way down.
It's just, I know. I have 2 nets. I might have to buy another one, man. The Kalen's featherlight net. Man. I might just have to.
So real life
What-
Mike is going to be competing for the first time this year, and he's got his bump board. Go ahead, Santos.
Like, I know, Leon, you said you brought out your kayak. What are new things you guys have added?
Oh, I got the old fishing rod holder on the front
Yeah.
there. And I'm gonna be I'm looking at getting the arm to go over the side for my transducer there for the lower end. So there's not many additions I can do to that model, which we know, but I got to do something to be a little more competitive, as they say.
Yeah.
They're sold out, Leon, of your wilderness systems. A whole pile of them are sold out, bro.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Order in the winter time.
got order now for next year.
Did you get a new kayak?
No, you know what, Mike? I didn't, and I'm still trying to talk to the guy and see what, because that one Mike guy can maybe pull some strings and find one somewhere too. So
He'll find one for you. It's got to be fun.
Yeah.
If you're just ordering, should order it in the middle of
Yeah,
winter
yeah.
there, kind of thing. So
yeah,
there's that. Anyway, yeah.
Well,
Cool
you
stuff,
got
man.
one, right? You got a new one, right, Eric?
Eric got a new
Canoe,
one.
new
Eric's
canoe
got a new
sitting
one,
in
yeah.
Verdun, bro. 13 feet. Gonna put it in Duramax on the back. I got it from the
13?
fishing hole. Yeah, the fishing hole has I think he has 2 in stock. He's got 2 in stock. 13.6, Mike. 13 and a half actually. But
Holy crap!
they got Tarova kayaks. Like
It's almost
Tarova
longer than your
kayaks,
boat.
a fishing hole. Yeah.
There's like you're
It'll
saying
track
about
straight.
kayaks, and like there's so many different like motors, like different motors you can get just designed for the kayaks themselves, right? Like whether it's a center console one, like I think like Jay's got, or even off the back, right? Like it's just the
Yeah, a lot
technology
of
that they're putting
options,
into
right?
these things. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool, man. All kinds of stuff hit the water very soon coming up here, man. A lot of this closing in the white shell and stuff sort of shut things down at the weekend. Yeah, I worked on the basement instead, kind of thing. But gonna get out this week for a shizzle. We're gonna get out west too. Prairie Walleye Classic coming June 13, 14. Get your entries in there if you're on the fence on it, man. Get them in there. It's gonna be a good one. All kinds of fish. I was saying last place team is still gonna catch over 100 fish on tournament day, not just that week. But probably to be killer fish in there, I would imagine. The water is sort of at the right level. It's not flooded and not too low. It seems Goldilocks
be
just
good.
right this year. So
It's
Be a
always
good tournament.
there.
big party on Saturday night. All kinds of, we'll have the top 10 hot scene, the whole stuff like that. So big shout out to Verdun Rec. Verdun, again, big supporters of all kinds of things fishing. I appreciate you guys out there in West, man. And London, Minn Kota, big supporters of it, man. So all the information's there on kickerfish.ca. Go check it out. And we've got 20 teams of this one already for Dr. Bonnie Walleye Shootout. Keep coming, all the big names, man. Alex Kessler is out of retirement and he's fishing this one this year. And
Kessler, eh?
oh, Kessler, Klopax, multiple Klopax.
I need that logo on a hat. Those are my initials right there. LDB, man. That's
there you go, LDB. You got to get that logo, brother. I'll send you the file or whatever. Go make that hat.
Leon, dumb bastard.
Oh man,
we got Heberts galore in this too, man. So you want to go fish against the best? Aside from Prairie Walleye Classic, come over here on at Lac de Bonnie. Hopefully things all settled down by the end of the month out there and everything's good to go. Big party over at Drifters Canada Day weekend. They celebrating Canada Day that weekend out there. It's going to be a big festival, and this is part of it also. LDB Walleye Shoot at all kinds of kickerfish events.
That's going to be a big weight, that one.
Big one, man.
Yep.
The Ellie says that picture was taken mid-cast. It's a whipping action, bro. That's what I'll say. See? Or so I've heard. Or Joey
I've heard.
Shit.
Yeah, DT invited me out this weekend, so we'll see. Hopefully, I can get out kayaking. So,
yeah, man, get out there. All kinds of fish to be caught. People are hammering fish. Everything from catfish down over here on the river down to all the lakes.
I'm 2 weeks away from being able to go fishing. So,
well, you're getting there, brother. We have a head start on you. I still haven't hit the water. Who's hit the water out of all of us here? Only Leon, I think.
I think Leon,
only one, man.
hit the shoreline, but
hit the shoreline.
I'm hitting the shore. I'm hitting the shoreline tomorrow. Either Selkirk or Lockport, man.
Well,
Yeah.
you work for Christ's sakes.
What a line.
I'm bringing students out.
all the students,
Those poor kids still won't learn how to fish.
and then you're gonna tell the bus driver to go home because you're close to home. You'll be like, I'll just.
Yeah, well, they got to walk home after, man.
Yeah.
No,
If you're just joining us,
fishing
it's
programs. So
It's the Cast the Next podcast. Got four-way here: Leon, Jeremy, Mike, and myself. It is only on YouTube. Facebook is no longer live. I'll put it up on the Doc Talk after kind of thing. I'm going to close that CDP Facebook page too, actually.
You were saying, like talking about Lockport, the catfish are apparently going crazy there. Like people are catching them, huge numbers. Some guy posted a picture yesterday, a 40 incher he caught. Like,
oh man,
40
all over the
incher.
place.
well, it was a tape measure, but like he went from side to side, and it was.
Come
I don't
on,
know.
man. That don't count, bro. It has to be a bump board.
I know.
That's a cool video from Tanner Devian there. I saw that. You guys see that video?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild how stacked those catfish are feeding. They're not spawning. He's like he was saying they were spawning, but they're not spawning. They spawn like in July, kind of thing.
They better bite tomorrow, man. Shit.
Oh, shit, they're going, man.
Well, if they're like that, you just need to net them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, kids,
I just grab them by the tail,
Just
kind of thing.
grab
You don't want to
'em.
grab if you don't want to reach in wildly for like bullheads and catfish. Those things, those spikes,
Yeah.
crazy, man. Trust me, I've tried it. Not good. But they're going, man. You could win a catfish trip here. Blackwater Cats. Mr. Wayne G, happy birthday again, by the way, Sir G.
Yeah.
You could win a trip for up to 4. Father's Day raffle brought to you by Kidfish. The draw is on Father's Day. All kinds. You got a Blackstone grill, beer. You know me, I like my beer. All kinds of stuff, man. Get your tickets. Cool stuff on Father's Day there. Just Kidfish Ice Derby. Go to their website or
The
Facebook,
page.
you name it.
Nice.
I think you get the details there. But yeah, that's a cool thing there. Father's Day raffle. I just wanted to share that. Speaking of dads, this awesome dad, man, he put a goodbye video. Oh man, the biggest YouTube channel in the world. You guys see that?
Yeah, he's
Saw the
huge, man.
video. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if you don't know boys, you've probably seen a clip or something. You know.
I gotta say, I've seen this, and I've said to a few people who put this up, I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen this guy.
Oh come on.
Really?
No, I'm not.
He's
Unless I see like he's talking.
14 million subscribers.
know.
probably one of the
Biggest
first channels I started watching.
I know that's. Well, I got. He said what 1,100 videos. I got 1,100 episodes, I guess, to watch. So
Yeah.
I'm not so much into like the survivalist stuff or whatever. Although I played as background, I got into it from Nash because Nash watches and everything. The videos, man, when they go out, they go to Hawaii, Florida, and they're catching gators and all the fishing stuff, man. Alaska, really good stuff. Wholesome, great content. Taking a break, man. It's
I like-
weird though, like 14 million subscribers and you're taking a break off. He's still gonna make money off the residuals anyway. Those same
Yeah.
videos, million views. It just keeps going.
If you
Well,
look
he
at
said-
that, it was up for 13 minutes and it had 60K on it already.
I know he just posted.
He
and
just
he
posted,
just
and I
posted
think at the end of the day, had like 15 million views. Right? It's like, holy smokes, man! Like,
the power, and he was hawking stuff, but he never really sold out per se, like really hard, you know.
yeah.
No.
But
well, he said I'm getting recognized. I'm worried about my family. And like 30 seconds later, he says, "Oh, my son's. I'll link my son's YouTube page." And
I know he's not going nowhere. They're pushing the kids stuff.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, the kids stuff will take off too because they do the exact same.
Oh,
shit,
one.
Yeah.
right? So
It's good stuff, man. It's incredible, man. Like that's a goodbye. He says, just taking a break. It does burn you out after a while, I would imagine.
All that work.
Well,
and
you gotta
everything,
put
right?
out- you know, just to stay afloat on that, you got to put a video out almost every week.
Yeah, that's how the algorithm likes you. If you're consistent, you put stuff.
And
out
if you
there,
take a
right?
break for 3 weeks or a month, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are halfway through the show, and we've talked about absolutely nothing just yet. But nothing. Let's do a recap. Let's do a recap on the Sabine River. So they go from Lake Fork, arguably the best largemouth bass fishery on
Like
the
a
world,
giant fish, man. Like, come on.
Each fish,
Giant
you have-
fish.
you have to average 8 pounds to even contend, and then they go to the very next week to these.
Those are our KBI fish, bro.
KBI fish for us,
Those
bro.
are
like
for
that.
us, man.
And I was watching
they
the
were
live.
happy to catch a 14
Yeah.
inch fish.
Yeah,
man.
oh, that's a 1.5.
Yeah, they're so stoked to get a pound.
They're
I
happy
was
to get a
watching
bite,
the
man.
videos, man.
I forget who it was.
Oh,
Somebody
man.
there. That's a 2.5. And no. He weighs it. It's like 12 ounces. He's like, oh.
Well, they have to
You
be
know,
minimum 12 inches.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
happy
Yeah.
if it was coming over. Oh, this has got to be 13. It's got to be. And like they're just fist bumping.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Well,
one
even
good
like
thing that came out of that one there, that Gussie finished in he finished 26. So
26,
yeah.
that's an awesome finish for him. So that's good.
And then Cooper finished what, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, top 10. So,
Sixth
yeah.
place,
Yeah.
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 It was good. Good.
I,
For him. He was happy, man. I
on the
messaged him
fantasy there.
whatever, and he was stoked, man. He was stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
But
feels
what-
good to
what's
make
funny,
healthy
I was
fishing on
watching,
Saturdays.
I was watching Coop's videos, and one guy says, "Oh, this is how I want to see people fish." Like, he wasn't using his front-facing sonar or anything. But here I'm thinking, like, these guys they're just all small fish, man. And this guy's happy that they're just, this is how we fish, man. This is how
But
this is how it should be.
Never mind small fish, though. At the very least, these guys were, well, they were saying like a lot of these guys don't know how to traditional fish. And that's not true. Taku, Ito, and Kyoyo were flipping, like punching.
Yeah.
Punching wig. He says,
Well-
yes, sir. Like they're like Eastern Folder Gill. Like these guys were like punching spinner baits, frog fishing, you name it, kind of thing. Anything that would work, kind of thing, right?
Well, if
Fishing
you look at the
shallow
top, you look at that top 10, you know, you got Walter in there, you got Cooper Gallant. They say that he's forward facing, Mullins, Hamner. Like they say they can't fish without their forward facing sonar, but the last 2 events, it's been all the young guys
It's all the young guys, man. Like,
that have been beating the
Yeah.
banks.
Forward facing or not, kind of thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that was wild, man. Like,
And whether you watch them or like like I've watched some of the pro bass kayakers, and they don't use the forward facing all the time either. Like they have it on their kayaks, but they're just throwing into the trees. They're throwing into the banks too. And it's an asset to have it, but they don't use it all the time, right?
Did you were you listening to Mercer when Patrick Walters out there? He called him the biggest sandbagger in bass fishing.
Sandbagger.
he wasn't doing his bass track accurately, or what?
No, because Patrick Walters sat there and said he was way down in 9th place or 7th place, and
Nah.
comes up and he's got like the second biggest bag of the weekend, and he called him an absolute sandbagger. Says you put that 4.5 and there's a 2.5.
His camera boat
You're
was filming him
sandbagger.
continually. Like he was continually filming him, man. He was all weekend because he was one of the few guys really on top.
On
kind of
fish,
thing or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
What's going on, Jim? Jim's over at Bear Camp. Shout out to everyone. Stay safe out there in the woods, brother.
You know, go out.
No fire. Canned food only.
no fires.
Canned food only.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good to see Canadian Coop right at 6th place there, and Canadian Chris Johnston and Gussie. Like I said, nice to see his
Gussie.
name probably up there. 26 valuable points and some cash, at least a little bit of cash. So that was
If you can do that, the next 3 events, it'll put him into the classic,
Jeez.
which would be good.
Yeah, they're taking a bit of a break there. I think they've got
Yeah.
a while yet or whatever, but to the next one. But that was cool. Good to see out there. I was watching a bunch of videos all week, man.
But I mean, it's funny though, eh? Like, you 1 week. I mean, you got 10 guys, 100-pound bags, and then next week after, and you're in the same state. You're hoping for a 12-pound bag. Like,
a lot of the complaints were that why they even go back there all the time, but there are bigger fish there. Coop had a 4-pounder, which really got him into the top 10, but the water was muddy, like the tide was in and it wasn't draining out, kind of thing or whatever. So it was really tough. It's like fishing, like go try fishing for smallmouth right now in the Red River, like right now. And you'd have a hard
Smallmouth.
time, kind of thing. Yeah, go try. That's the same idea.
yeah,
Same kind of idea, like the same conditions, kind of thing, right? It's a bit of a river and stuff.
Well, I think they keep going back there because it's a challenge, and the crowds are unreal there. Like the people show up.
show up, right? Yeah,
They showed up at this one, Lake Fork, man. There was like
Nobody.
40 people at the weigh-ins.
But
Something like that,
at Sabine, like they keep going back to the Sabine, and the people are showing up there.
Yeah, no, that's
Wasn't that crazy? Because you'd think you'd want to see a guy pull out like a couple 8-pounders from his bag and cheer him on, but they're cheering him on with like his 2-pounders, right?
But you can only bring in something that's over, what is it,
Yeah.
24 inches in Texas, like at the
Only
Like
it had to be
4.
bigger than 24. Yeah. So there
Yeah.
wasn't many fish brought to the scale. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty rare to get a even.
And
for
I think
4.
that's the big difference, right? Because you can sit there and watch, and you already know who's in first place, who's in second, who's in third, because everything's accurate.
But yeah, no, cool stuff,
But
there, man.
I think I put, like, I know you guys were saying that it's going to be lower weights, so I was like, okay, for the fantasy. So I'm thinking, I think I put 50 pounds, and I still like what?
You're a lot closer than me, man.
Wow, I was still off like a little bit. It was.
What was the winning weight? Was it like only
38.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
12
Less than
pounds.
40 pounds, bro.
someone
I feel
one
bad.
day?
I feel bad when I
why-
put like 100. Sometimes the guy gets 95, and this time I'm like 12 pounds up.
That's my KBI weight.
I was gonna
I like
say,
those-
hey, me and LeBeaup's can win this one.
I like those kind of tournaments though, where
It's a grind.
like, it's a grind where it's someone has to be on something or whatever. Like it's not just like those are cool tournaments to me where you're really figuring out a puzzle then and
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're on them, then you can think that you can be confident going back to the scale at the end of the day that not everyone's on them kind of thing or whatever, right? Like those are cool kind of events to me when conditions are really super tough.
But I seen some of the videos from practice where the guys are getting pulled out by airboats.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
stop. They're getting
oh, yeah.
They were
stuck,
going
man.
as far back into the swamp
Yeah.
as they could get. Gussie
And then
was
the-
in there, and
Gussie got stuck there too, yeah.
Messi
Yeah.
got stuck.
And then the tide goes down, and then you're screwed.
Yeah.
And they were stuck. They had to call jet boats. It's just like being on Lake Winnipeg and you got to call a tow truck or whatever. Same idea.
They got airboats, the jet boats pulling them out.
Carl Jochimson was like, "Holy shit!" Just they were all stranded, looking and for places that had no fish apparently. Man. It's good, man. That's it's interesting. Makes it interesting for me. But that NPFL though, like Matt Herron, you guys are familiar with Matt Herron, old head. He left with big fanfare early this year. He left the Bass Elites and he's on NPFL full time now. And same thing. It's basically anti-scoping or whatever. So he's like,
Yeah.
oh, a lot of the old heads over there moved over to NPFL. I'd hate to see it to be like, old heads versus the young
guys.
It'd be nice if people just jump over and you just fish either no forward facing or you fish with it kind of thing. But NPFL's doing good though. Shit, they really do. They have it's a split camp, right? So they're gonna have their share of people too.
Maybe Bass Elite should just do one without forward facing in the springtime.
I don't know what the answer there is. You have one full time that isn't. Bass Elites have it. They just limited the screen
Side
inches.
screen, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Bass Pro Tour Major League does both hybrid, meaning you could do it in some periods and you can't in others or whatever. So
Yeah.
remains to be seen. And
They're
It would
all
honestly
trying-
be
they're
like
all
a bit
trying
of
something, right?
a bit of a marketing, like no electronics at all kind of thing, right? Like it's
You know what it's like? It's like fishing in Eric's boat. One of us will use it and he won't.
I'm gonna keep casting.
Eric's just
I think
casting, man.
I just like that
all day.
surprise, bro. That's how I got hooked on fishing. Who was
Yeah.
it? Swindle, I think, had a video there, and he was watching kids fish with a bobber at his campground, and he said he wasn't for or against the forward facing, but he just said that's how he got hooked was the surprise and that kind of thing. And it's just I like seeing a big fucking splash or something or a thunk, as opposed to here it comes, 3, 2, 1. You know what I mean? Like a nice fishing where like we know it's there,
And then you get denied.
and then you get denied.
And then you get pissed off.
Then I get
Well,
extra.
that's like
Yeah.
Koya said. He was having fun because he never knew when it was going to hit.
It's fun. It is fun, man. Change it up, man. It's fun to.
I like that one coop one there. You caught there's a guy on the bank there cheering him on. He's like talking to him. He's like, I haven't caught anything. Oh, then he hooks on you right away. He's like, okay, I
You
changed my
see,
mind.
I think Yarkinson's video. I think he was fishing like a drainage pipe, and there's a fence. Like he threw his bait through the fence.
Yeah.
And I saw people saying, "How is that legal?" That I think there's a sign.
Yeah, there
There's
is. Yeah,
one
yeah.
right here.
Yeah,
Like-
keeper.
I got everything, Santos, man. Name it, man.
That's good, man.
I even got porn of you if you
Yeah,
want.
this is
bro.
a great
I'll
one,
play
man.
it.
Good one, 2-pounder.
But
So, how
I
is
don't know
that?
how is that legal.
Well, he cleared it. Like he cleared it with them. They gave him the thumbs up that it was legal. Because they have spotters on the boat.
Yeah,
This is where it gets
The
tricky.
cameraman, spotter, / kind of thing and stuff, or you can call. And they cleared it. Says, yeah, you can do it. which is wild to me because
Huge step up there.
so this is Mustang Survival Pro, Carl Jochimson. It's our only pro on the tour, actually, signed pro. But he's fishing,
He's only a little guy.
which brings us to our story. We're still to come here.
Keeper
We've
though.
got
I've got to
looking
keep
back on
most of
Tony
my body
Christian's
inside here.
which is very similar. And it's not a giant. Oh, that's a giant for Sabine, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one, man.
Now it's a
Worked it.
counter. Every 1 pound fish made a difference.
That's
man.
how we do it.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know if it measures.
Okay, so like Santos was saying, the NFL is doing away with the tush push. They banned the tush push today,
Yeah.
or they're voting on it.
They're voting on it tomorrow, but it's gonna be gone, man. They're gonna say
You
So
know what?
no quarterback sneaks. How's that work?
no. So the tush push and like this is where two or three guys line up behind the quarterback when he's doing a quarterback.
This
sneak,
sounds
and
like a jailhouse thing.
and
Yeah.
they'll just push them.
Yeah,
Right.
who snaps it though? The quarter.
No, you still
the
got the
center still
snapper.
snaps it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you can still got snapper in front of him. You got the
Yeah, but it's a
quarterback.
quarterback sneak, so I don't understand how they're going to do
But
away
they're-
with it.
But that's why they're pretty sure it's gonna be. They're voting on it tomorrow.
Why
They got
do
their,
they
like,
want to
owners
do away
meeting.
with it?
That's
Cheating,
something
apparently.
I tried to find out, and I think there's maybe a couple teams who said no, that they should take it out. So, and it sounds
Jerry
like it's
Jones
gonna be
probably.
Okay, so that
Why?
that
So,
rule
I mean-
change, that rule change in NFL. So then,
Yeah.
in fishing tournaments, what are these rules that you would change? Like that one there, where Carl's fishing. To me, that's out of the box, bro. I don't see that where you could fish throwing it. That'd be fishing in a fish.
Well, that'd be like
island, you know
fishing
what I mean?
across the. That's like the old one. Like, would you fish across the road when there's a waterway on the other side? Drag the fish across the
But
road.
your boat's still on
Yeah.
bounds.
Yeah.
Your boat's in
Your boat's
bounds.
in bounds.
Boats on bounds. Yeah.
But like Leon said,
So-
can you cast across a highway then? Or
Well, you better have
into
some
a
good
bucket.
line on there to come across.
because they do cast across like dock wires, right? And stabilizers. You could see them, and then they get stuck on the other side of the dock or whatever and shit. It's wild to me, man. That's very borderline though, gray area to me. Like if tournaments that I run, that would not be allowed. I would definitely.
What
say
about,
that.
are they
That's-
allowed
that's
to
just
catch
a hop
fish?
Skip. That's a hop skip from, like I said, fishing out of a box kind of thing.
Yeah.
What's that, Leon?
Can they catch in the locks when they're going to different waters? You know, like how Jaden got caught there last. Can they get, because fish, there's got to be fish in there too.
There's got to be fish in the locks when they're sitting there waiting for an hour and a half.
Like,
man.
I'd be drop a line.
I don't think they
it's-
are though. I don't think they can actively fish.
I don't
in a
think they're
lock.
allowed to.
Safety
Yeah.
wise, they're not allowed to fish in there.
But I don't
Yeah.
think like that last one there, that's not like the waterway is still, it's still there. There's just a wall in place. Like it wasn't really that closed off, would you say?
Interesting. Keith Poche, they were on him hard for like doing all
Yeah,
kinds of
but
crazy
he drove
shit.
over. He went over.
Yeah, he
a
drove over
boat.
a-
You know,
It's over land, bro.
what other rules would you see change? And none of this forward-facing debate shit or whatever.
No.
But aside from forward-facing sonar, are there rules that, like in generally tournament fishing locally or on the big stage, that you would want to see changed?
But for us locally, it's kind of different from what their rules are, right? Like we can't pass stuff from one boat to another where they can.
Yeah.
They
Like,
can,
are you-
yeah. I saw Michael Neal pass a lure to on the Major League Fishing. He passed a lure to a kid because he was hammering him.
Yeah.
There was 5 other boats in the area, and he went over and gave the kid a lure. Or they're giving him like Subway and stuff or coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
But that one guy stopped for pizza there, didn't he? At the
Yeah,
Last one?
She delivered pizza to him on the
to the
waterway.
dock there.
do all kinds of crazy shit.
So you're asking about like legit, like something that could
Anything.
like an actual rule. I think for the elites, I would limit their speed to 60.
Yeah. We spoke about that a few weeks ago. or
For me,
whatever.
that's all safety. I mean, I know these guys
Well,
want to go all out.
I think
But
that
for
would
me,
have to
that's
go across
safety.
the board, right?
Yeah, I would say all out. Like that'd be the one legit rule I would say that they could do, and that would benefit. I think it would just benefit everyone. Even I mean, down there's so many people on the water.
But like Mike said, it would almost have to be passed down from like the state level or federal, because if one tour did it and the other ones didn't, they're at a disadvantage with sponsors and stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Your Yamaha and your Brooks and whatnot.
You would have to do it across the board.
Yeah, everyone have to be. It'd have to be like a pass it in Congress kind
Yeah.
of thing almost. But yeah, I could see that.
That'd be one.
That's one there. I would change having a net. Shit, let them use a net already. Jesus Christ, man! Like these
Or give
guys
them
that
like a basic size. You don't need a giant one.
jerk bait all in this thing's mouth, and they gotta like cradle it, and like, oh man, they get it splashing on the water, and it's splashing around for 30 seconds, and like you've caught this fish, man. They'll be like, boat flip it then. Well, I don't know. They're all half of them are using sissy sticks now or whatever. You can't boat flip it with 6 pound.
Nope.
You just let them use a net, bro. Bring it back like FLW. They could use a net. You have to net it yourself though. You can't ask the cameraman to do it. You still got to do it.
No,
yourself.
yeah.
That's still what self netting is. No easy thing. You guys all know this.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the kayak or in the boat. I did it with
Yep.
Nash in that Fam Catfish Showdown tournament. 53 cats I netted by myself. Catfish. Netting it.
That's- you got to work out, bro.
And you don't even have long arms.
I don't, bro. That was, and I didn't have that freaking super light net. I was using that heavy freaking Lucky Strike one. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, my arms hurt at the end of the day. But that's what I would change, man. I would change the net rule, man. None of this. It all went back to boat flipping because you're like, it's heavy duty power fishing, right?
Yeah.
I think Coop
Out of the
loves to
boat
boat flip, eh?
You both do. If you have to make that.
Well, Coop,
decision,
yeah, I know,
you
but
can.
Coop, he loves to do it. He doesn't care the size. He just, I don't know if he's good at it. I know he loses it. He must lose a few, but you don't
There's a
see those.
technique. There's a technique to boat flip.
Yeah.
I guess that's another segment all its own, how to boat flip.
I don't know. I think the one thing would maybe be the amount of screens you have.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
maybe only
Yeah.
down to 2 on the deck, not 3.
One for mapping like that, one for your sonar kind of thing.
Whatever
Yeah,
else.
that's
yeah.
it.
Because look at this.
はい、はい。すごい。これを自作で作るんですよね。
That's just the front. That's not even the console, man. It's just all getting.
Leon, what did he say?
You're saying he loves Italian people.
It's nuts, man. It is nuts on like the technology nowadays, man. And yeah, that's all cool stuff. Interesting, man. Interesting stuff that you would get changed. Anything you would change, Leon? How about
No, I think
on the
like
kayak
with,
side?
well, sorry, with the on the what?
On the kayak side, would you change?
Yeah, on the kayak side, man, I think I see like there's kayaks with like double motors, which is one thing too, right? Like down the front and the trolling motor and one on the back, and to me that's a lot.
There's kayaks with double motors.
Yeah, like that's
yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got a motor in the. They got a motor in the back.
They got a torpedo in the back.
and then
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
trolling motor
torpedo in the back, and then they got a bow mount. Like, okay, so maybe for
spotlight.
kayaks,
for
Yeah.
spotlight,
like Leon, that's you're right. Do you limit to no spot lock on a kayak?
yeah.
I would. we
Because that's
haven't-
definitely
we
an
haven't.
advantage. The spot lock is awesome to have.
It's spot lock is huge, man. And a kayak, I would like that'd be one thing I say.
It is,
No,
that's like not that's not kayak fishing no more, man. Happy birthday, Jomar, belated, bro.
Happy birthday, Jomar.
I'd be
Happy
like those
birthday.
other guys who don't have front-facing sonar saying no, ban it. I'll be the guy with the trolling with the spot lock saying, either side. If I don't have spot lock, ban it. If I got spot lock, keep it. Like,
Yeah, lots of people. I was getting flack for allowing trolling motors. Period. Never mind. I already say no gas. Like there's no gas motors because we're going a lot of still water lakes and stuff like that just to keep it more quiet and environmental. But man, no new
I
kayak.
think
No,
though, like
no winning.
you
no,
no,
too good.
hear people and they talk about like motors and that with kayaks. That, like I think some people still think we're sitting in these kayaks that they go down the rapids with, right? Like these kayaks are pretty much like the newer ones are pretty much just like a step smaller than like a John boat. Some of them, right? Like
Yeah.
He's-
Like some people, they think like my brother-in-law Justin.
Yeah.
I can go in a kayak. He thinks the kayak is still the one with a skirt, and then you go upside down and you flip yourself
Oh,
back
that
up again
guy,
or
yeah.
whatever.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
That's what he really thinks a kayak is. He has no clue that it's actually a little boat
Well,
nowadays.
when Leon flipped his, he did get a skirt.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, he was in a little freaking. That was a.
trying to bring
that's
up
the,
drama again.
that's
Yeah.
the kayak that Justin's saying about, the one that Leon had first, man. That's the one.
Yeah.
That was like we warned you not to buy that one.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
in between a kayak and a boat, you've got this. If I had all the time in the world to just tinker around in a shop, I could come up with a lot of stupid shit like that. I mean, that's cool though, isn't it?
That is cool.
Well,
Yeah.
that is
That's
awesome, man.
that's coming from the what am I going to post next week on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's,
Because even like you saw Target Walleye, like Brett was talking about making sea-doos and stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
jet ski. They got them all rigged up now with they look like a kayak too, kind of thing with all the
Yeah.
spot
Jay,
rock and
Jay Siemens has
so
one.
more.
That's
Jay
all
Siemens,
rigged.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sea-doo?
You had it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's got
It's
a
a
live
thing,
wall, the whole 9 yards, everything.
Like I said, man, like you're gonna see a lot of that
Actual
stuff now.
boat.
Like I said, with boats being that expensive now, that you still want to get on the water and finding different ways to trick some of these machines out. That's wild, man. Old Wave Runner. You put like a flat.
Oh, that's
that's
awesome,
just
man.
cool. That's cool to me, man. I
Couple
can-
coolers to balance them out.
That is awesome.
yeah, little pontoons or whatever. That's cool, man. That's cool. Wave Runner boat. What else I got here? Okay, let's talk. Before we go, I said I was going to talk about the cheating thing there or whatever. This is way back. This is not recent. This is back in 2003.
2000.
Yeah,
A while ago, yeah.
The BFLs. So if you're familiar with the BFLs, Bass Fishing League, that's how an everyday Joe Blow like us could compete in your local, get the regional, get the state, get to the whole territory and get the nationals, and then get to the Bassmaster Classic. One person did every year, kind of thing from your run of the mill Thursday jackpots like we're doing on June 19th. This guy Tony Christensen came out of nowhere. If you were to ask all the pros back then, this guy came out of nowhere and was winning tournaments left, right. Tony Christian, he's still up on. If you go on Major League Fishing,
Yeah, he's still on there. Yeah.
He's the only guy banned from Major League Fishing.
that FLW, like before NPFL and before Major League Fishing, there was FLW, right? And Bass, there were the two. That MLF since fought them out and stuff. That's where Gussie started, if you aren't familiar. But his stats is still here. Tony Christian, Benton, Kentucky, career wins 9,
Still have it up
15
there, right?
top 10s. He only did 30 tournaments total. So to finish in the top 10, 50% of your tournaments on the pro tour. This is not just like local. They were talking about Everstart and FLW. Shit, that's incredible. Just ask Gussie how hard it is to top 10. And all these guys, how hard it is to top 10. You were Kevin Van Dam and you were having a hard time. Mike Iaconelli can't even freaking top 30 anymore. It's hard. It's hard. And if you type it in here, Tony Christian, we got our good buddy Randy Blockett did a story on him there. There's all kinds of stuff here. Luke Duncan had a cool thing that I showed these guys that he did a story. If you want to go check it out. But it is interesting that this guy got exposed. Exposed is the word, and banned, but never brought to justice per se.
Because they
You guys
couldn't
were familiar
prove it,
with,
though.
with the story?
No proof or nothing, man.
They couldn't prove it. Like somebody out there knows something about it, right?
Here's
So
where we're at.
who's gonna come forward?
It was in the rules. That's why. So what he did, like if people are asking what he did, and you can look up, you'll see all old videos where he was
Yeah,
holding
the
up-
old chartreuse.
where he caught one. It's cool, man. If you guys do a deep dive after, we're not going to talk an hour on this, but it's an interesting story on cheating, and there's always stories. You would have co-anglers. How can you possibly cheat when you have a co-angler in the boat? It's a random draw, right? With these co-anglers and stuff that they don't really have anymore.
Yeah.
How would you cheat? And even these co-anglers would they thought something was fishy, but they wouldn't. Like he would go up and down a bank, right? And he'd only cast at one dock.
Yeah.
And an co-angler would be like catching fish, and these are useful fish. Like, why aren't you fishing? Nah. I only fish for big fish. I got one dock that I want to hit. You do what you got to do, he says. Or if another boat competitor would come into this one bay, he would zoom off, fish somewhere else, and then when that boat would leave, he would go back again and keep casting over and over and over again at one piling on a dock or whatever. And he'd win because even never mind taking his top 10s, he was getting big fish, like disproportionately big fish award. Like what was it? 1 out of every 3 tournaments, he was getting the big fish award. And
Something like that. Yeah.
what happened was he finally got found out where they little sting operation where one co-angler actually did get actually like even more suspicious or whatever, and they found him out because he was like they were catching like dead fish. Like they would come in and this fish is dead and he's like shaking it to make it look alive and all that kind of crazy shit. They found out that he was fishing in a box at the bottom of these docks at each tournament, a box with an X in it where the fish can't get out, or like a fish trap, like a minnow fish trap.
Yeah.
Hard for it to get out. He could go in, but like they could put it in there, and so he would keep casting, and he could feel if his heavy jig. He only used a jig. That was his only lure that he used.
Yeah,
and a big buzz bait. They were saying that's all he used. He would drop into the X, and this fish that hasn't eaten for like a week or whatever because they had planted a week before would eat it, and then he's able to pull out this box that can open from one side, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and he would bring this fish in, and he'd have to keep doing that until that fish would eat, or if he snagged it or something.
Yeah,
and that's what he was doing. But apparently, when it was brought to FLW, saying there was nothing in the rules, he said himself, "Yeah, I'm doing that, but nothing says I can't fish." That's structure. People plant structure, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's cinder blocks or trees or whatnot. That was just like planting structure.
Yeah, that's a loophole back in the day, right?
He didn't admit that they were planting.
But that's caging a fish, though. That's caging a fish.
They didn't admit that they were. His brother was a scuba diver, but they never made that connection. Proof, like you said, no proof that they were planting the fish. They only got him on fishing. They found this box that had like an X in it, and that's what he was fishing in.
Yeah,
and it's the only thing that he was like.
So who's to say his brother's not hooking fish on there also?
Right? So I'm sure that's what was happening. So what they did was they just brushed it under. They let him he kept all the money. In 2003, he was the BFL winner there. Went to the Bassmaster Classic and all that. And like they just let it slide under. Like just you're banned forever. You can't fish no more. You're banned. But you technically didn't break the rules. Wow.
That's crazy, man. That's
like,
I
don't understand.
How could it technically not be breaking the rules? Like you've put that fish inside in a box. You've literally caged that fish.
He didn't admit to the caging part.
Well, how do you know that cage is there?
He said he's fishing it.
How do you know that box is there?
Because the one coin was saying this guy's just throwing to one target. Just one target over and over.
I know,
again.
but how does he know that box is there?
Right.
He
found it in practice.
It's not like they had forward-facing sonar back then.
Deny, bro. Like he did it enough where, and he cheated people. I mean, you stole people's money. You never had to give it back.
Nothing.
But still known as one of the a cheater, disgraced. And so in the comments in one of the videos, Randy, like this is Randy Blockett's. My dad is Gary Brown. He was the guy who was first until he finished second actually, and then Tony Christian won the $100,000. He was $100,000 and a Ranger boat, and he never had to give any of that back or whatever. It sucks, man. Like and passed to the Bassmaster Classic. This guy Gary Brown retired after he quit. He lost all faith in the organization after that, and he hasn't competitive fished since then, which sucks. Down in 2003, talented guy, because they wouldn't bring him to court. They felt that they didn't have a leg to stand on because the rules weren't written properly. And Kickerfish organizes a shit ton of tournaments, and I got to go back even and that's we always put down the spirit of the rule at the bottom.
Yeah.
In the end, the spirit of the rule at least leaves you a little bit of leeway to sort of back up your rule after, or sort of, well, this is what it's meant to stop kind of thing, supersedes all kind of thing. They didn't have it written accurately, and this guy didn't admit to caging. Check it out, man. I'd go in there, go deep dive and check it out. Tony Christian. We did Mike Long about 4 years ago, right? We did a deep dive on Mike Long, and this one's like even worse because Mike Long was disgraced. The whole thing. This guy has never officially been disgraced, man.
Well, this guy's holding
won money,
fish.
man.
He's holding a fish on stage, and it looks like this. Like
he's dead. Well, watch this. The reason I got into it, man, I heard of Tony Christian and never really did anything. I read an article one time, and it just came up on my feed. Instagram feed is useful for once.
Biggest cheater in bass fishing history.
Yeah.
His name is Tony Christian, and just check out this fish as it looks dead for several hours while weighing in. Rumors started to spark about Tony after he won several tournaments back to back. His cousin was a scuba diver, and Tony always picked out specific docks where he would pitch his lures into. At that, he would use specific colors like bright pink or chartreuse colors that other anglers wouldn't be using. It was said that he would use these colors because the scuba diver would be under the water under the dock. He would spot out the certain color, and then he would put the fish onto the hook. As you can tell, that fish looked dead when he caught it. And as of right here, this fish looked deceased for many hours. Bass fishermen know when a bass has been dead for so long, it starts getting real skinny, the eyes bug out. This is crazy, guys. For a man to win so much money in this is just absurd. With the crazy amount of tournaments won, it really seems sus to a lot of people.
So that wasn't the truth. I did even more of a deep dive, and that was wrong. Where it's because it wasn't putting fish on the hook or whatever.
Yeah.
That fish was in the box, the cage, and it was dead already, I guess, and he was able to snag it and pull it out.
So
other times
so
they
I
would
guess
be alive.
Bass or BASS, they don't have anything against dead fish coming in.
Yeah, you get a penalty for dead fish.
They get penalized.
Okay.
Penalized.
And stress fish too and stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you
they
get?
do
Like,
that.
I guess it must be a pound or something. Or
Those fish weren't from there. Yeah, they were doing like DNA. After like if they did like DNA, they'd be able to figure out like where this fish is actually, what strain it's from and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what it was, man. It's completely different. They were
that's
caging.
like,
He just never admitted to the caging part.
that's like KBI there.
In a box.
KBI, when you guys weigh in, they always ask me for the weigh slips. You know, where did you fish? What zone?
To return the fish, or
yeah, they return the fish, right? But a lot of times, guys say number 4. So
that's why with Carl Jocumsen,
yeah,
when he's fishing in that little slip or whatever,
yeah,
that's like who's to say you didn't go plant fish in there or whatever? You know what I mean? Go plant fish somewhere and then go catch him after. You still got to catch him.
Yeah, that's why a lot of guys commented, "Hey man, like how is that legal? That what he like where he's fishing? Like,
hey man, he asked him, and
Oh,
they
I know.
said, "Yeah, you're good to go."
Yeah, he did ask though.
no, I know. Just
But what's he doing wrong? He's doing nothing wrong. If you don't ask, you don't know.
And then there's the old
guys
lie
commenting,
detector.
right? So
You'll turn your eye up. Like, oh shit,
Just
that
like-
just seems weird though, right?
Just like everybody said, I cheated one year, but I
Where?
asked Eric, "Do I have a boundary?" No.
Oh,
Okay,
in the fam championship,
I'm gone.
I didn't have it in the rules. Go fish wherever.
So
He
I
jumps on
did.
his sled and he's gone. Oh, man. Oh, one more thing here. There's a few things we're not going to get to. If you're just joining us, like I said, it's on Facebook. Sorry if you're looking for this on Facebook. It isn't live on Facebook anymore. You can watch it after, though. I'll share the link. But come watch it on YouTube and give us a sub over here. We're almost done. We got Beast of the Week. And then we're going to talk about would you slap your friend? We'll do Beast of the Week here early in the season. It's people are going nuts here catching fish right now. But it hasn't been totally crazy. Not everyone's going just yet. I guess it hasn't been super warm and stuff. But Logan Shachuski, fishing is hot for him. Over
Nice.
100 walleye, tons of
Nice master
26ers,
perch.
25, and even a master perch. Way to go, Logan. Love seeing that brother and dad
great.
over there to hammering the fish. Good job, guys. Good job there. Lee Moore with a cool shot here. This is a shore pike. Look at that, man.
Beauty.
It's the time of
Short
year
pike,
to
eh?
get
Nice.
these shore pike too, man. It's nice. I got these spots.
Now,
I got
now's the
these
time.
spots. Now's the time
Sun-
here, man.
Now
Yeah,
is the
they're
time.
sunning themselves. That's what they're doing.
That reminds me of a story. Look at this one.
Couple big ones, but not too many of them. I'm about to get out of here before it gets too cold.
It's a good day to be outside, though.
Yeah, it's nice. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Good Lord, I ask forgiveness. 'Cause I ain't caught a dadgum thing. I lied to those people. Flat out. Flat out lied. Sometimes.
And you guys ever did that? Completely lie. But I was talking about short pike. It just brought me, like, I just thought of it. I've got the short. I don't want to share it just yet because I still plan on fishing it again. But I grew up fishing this place, Winnipeg River, big pike every year. So I show up at this place and I have a couple cousins in tow from Edmonton. And there's a guy fishing there already. Are they biting, man? Any luck kind of thing? No, not one dang
No.
bite. I wouldn't even bother if I were you, he says, or whatever, right? My first cast, I pull one in.
Yeah.
Well, there's one, I said, or whatever. And shit. Get over here, he says. He pulls up his stringer. He's got fucking a pile of fish on his stringer. I lied to you, he says, or whatever. You seem cool. He says, I lied to you, man. I go, guy, or whatever. We're not even keeping him, I said, but we're putting him back or whatever.
Yeah.
I know, he says, or whatever. I still remember that, man. And
That's funny.
Lee's fight here reminds me of that or whatever. I just remember that shit, man. Completely lied to me.
Oh man.
Hekla's going crazy too, of course, brother, man. Of course it is right
Yeah.
now. Good job there, Lee. Look at this spot. Another one from Payman Marsban's secret spot. It's so secret that they didn't even let John here open his eyes. He had to go fishing with his eyes closed, bro.
Yeah, that's a hard spot to find that one.
Yep.
Nice work there, John Ranella with the beauty. Narrow fish. Another narrow fish, although they're starting to get chunky. Look at this one up north.
That's
Colton
what I
Single.
see.
Why are you picking on Colton?
I know. Sorry, bro. He's not narrow. But
Oh, shit.
this guy couldn't resist. 43. Like, he's going to catch a lot of fish up north, man.
He is
a
going to
will,
catch
man.
a lot of fish up north.
He put a good fish brand up there with all those fish. Oh, my God. It's going to be, look at this. Not what
Yep.
you expect to catch when
Yeah, look at that, eh?
jig in a minnow. Oh, geez, brother.
That's
Good
gonna
job.
be a fun fight all the time on walleye gear, man.
Love it. Love it,
Yep.
bro. Sean White getting the trips in done early already with the Gone Fishing sweater, too. They went up to Dory Lake Lodge. Pike and walleye were on fire. 29-inch walleye, 43-inch pike. He's holding up some big ones there. Like he says, before he catches heat, you're allowed one walleye there each, 55 centimeters or bigger. So he kept one for the table there and stuff. But yeah, Dory Lake. Nice work. Trips are going right now. Give her everybody. And Kyla Gossick, one more here. Beast of the Week
Beauty.
carp. Fantastic first open water fish and their first carp ever. The carp are going. I've seen a few posts about the carp. Actually, people are like actually targeting them and getting them too or whatever. And she has Mike's fish grip, bro. She has your fish grip, bro.
Damn it.
We found it. We found it.
We found my fish grip.
Those are your beasts of the week. Who's the winner here?
And I'm going to give it to Sean White for wearing the good hoodie.
Oh, nice. Brought the Gone Fishing on the flying trip to Dory Lake. Nice work. Leon.
I like that carp.
Onto the carp, bro. Big ass carp, bro.
You always like shit with lips, eh?
I know where this is too. If you look in the glasses there, you could see exactly the spot, brother.
Oh,
Santos.
Well, you don't have to look too hard. Look behind her.
Santos.
Hey. I'll take this carp, bro.
You're on the carp?
Yeah. I like the story behind it, so.
Okay. We'll go carp then too. Kyla Gossick. So that's a lady back to back. We had the buffalo carp and now a carp. Rough fish to start the season. Those are your beasts of the week. Nice work there, Kyla. You are in consideration to get selected on one of the 4 teams at the Gone Fishing competition extravaganza out of Manaki later in August.
Nice.
So we'll try and get that picked early so people can make plans. But yeah, we're picking from Beast of the Week winners here and CDP Nation. So get your fish in next week or wherever, and then you got to be there. So this is episode 3. So we've got 3 to pick from so far. Nice work. I was asking there before we leave here. We're almost done another episode here of the Cast and Egg Podcast, an hour talking all things fishing and more. We didn't get to lightning on the water. We'll talk about that and a little bit of lightning safety next week. Hopefully, a lot of the fires were started from lightning too. They're saying,
Yeah.
Posing with fish next week. We'll talk, but we'll. Would you slap your friend if it was guaranteed that you would catch a new personal best? Pick your species. I've never caught. Well, I've caught one muskie in my life, 27 inches. If I could beat that, and one I'm actually targeting, yes, I would slap any one of you 3 for sure, bro.
For a muskie? Yeah.
I wouldn't have to.
So.
I wouldn't have to go out for a trip to slap you, bitches.
I didn't want to show that picture though, but freaking yeah, he got like that doctor there. Like he got a hook in the thing. They had a video.
Yeah.
Doc said he hit a vein. It looked like they were spraying. Oh my god! I almost
What?
passed out
Oh,
looking at
Why
it.
didn't you show the video?
No, I will not. I will not, bro.
You'll faint, bro.
He's
And even
spilling blood for being
Jamie Bruce hooked himself too. He posted a video today.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he picked up a bat. Oh man,
Yeah.
by himself.
Jesus crackers! No.
I think that's too easy. Of course, yeah, for a master like big, huge fish, you just slap your friend, you get one guaranteed.
That's a
Hell,
no-brainer.
No brainer, bro. Come on.
Everyone
man.
so far, it's a no-brainer. We'd slap,
No-brainer.
we'd slap her for no problem. How about you, Leon?
I'm just the intern, so I don't. I'll be the guy getting slapped. I guess I don't care.
You chicken shit.
You chicken.
You wouldn't do it, eh, brother?
Oh yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
I probably would.
For a guaranteed personal best. Oh my god, man!
I'd have to be for a nice pike or something because I'm still yet to catch a giant pike, so it'd be worth it, I guess. Yeah.
Slap her. Oh yeah, just slap her. For
Yeah.
I swear to God. Wow. Guaranteed personal best. It's not even for money. This is just a personal,
Oh yeah, no, just
Personal
First
best,
first
come on,
PB.
man.
personal best drum for bullhead. I'm still slapping you, motherfucker. I swear to God. All right, we'll see you all next week. Hopefully, we got some fish pictures to share. Be safe out there, everyone fighting the fires. Be safe.
Yeah,
Hopefully
thanks everybody too. Yeah, thank you everybody for doing that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll see you all next week. Peace out. Get your entries in for these tournaments. Let's go.
Peace.
Let's go. Slap City.